There's always something that needs a little fixing on Farpoint Farms.
Hey guys, it's Eric, owner of Farpoint Farms here in the mountains of North Carolina. Today we'll be trying out this. My wife got this for me for Christmas. Kobalt 40V Max. It's one of these battery powered pressure washers. Now this one says it's 600 PSI. I love these because they're cordless. You can either hook them to a garden hose, which luckily today it is warm enough for me to do so, or you can just put it in a 5-gallon bucket of water, which is what I'll be doing most of the winter because it's too cold to run the hoses that are just frozen solid. But let's go ahead and open this thing up and take a look at it. This was not new. My wife worked at Lowe's, and so we get some deals sometimes on stuff like this. This was actually only $5. So, wow. Okay, I've never owned a 40-volt anything before. That's a big old battery right there. And let's see what else we got here. Wow, okay. That's big. So I had a Works power wand or whatever it was called. And yeah, that's for putting it in a bucket. Nice there. Looks like a charger. We've got some fittings here. Nice, so that's probably for some kind of soap. I'm going to be using degreaser. I'm going to be practicing or using this to degrease the Beetle engine, which I'm doing on my other channel. If you haven't followed along with that, I hope you will. So it looks like we've got some fittings here. This one, yeah, this one's your regular garden hose fitting. It's just like a squeeze compression type fitting. All right, so that's going to go on there with our garden hose. This is this. Let's go ahead and open this. All right, and then our battery slides in. Looks like it slides maybe this way. Yep. And I did hear it fire up. I'm not going to run it. You're not supposed to run these pumps empty. This here looks like it just goes in and twists. Yep. And there's our fitting here. You could probably use regular power washer fittings, but this one does come with this cool nozzle. It has 40 degree, 25, straight, 0, 15. So it offers all the different sizes you want there to get that thing sprayed out. So let's go over to the Beetle. I'll show you what I've been doing, soaking it down with degreaser. We'll back it out, we'll hook this thing up, and we'll give it a shot. Not going to be a very long video. And so anyway, what happened with the PowerWorks one is it still works fine, but my mom wanted it. So we gave it to her, and ever since I gave it to her, I've been like, man, I wish I hadn't got rid of that thing. So my wife was looking out for me and found this thing, like I said, for $5 on the super clearance rack. It was open box, but it appears not to have been used. And yeah, right on. All right, so to get ready to use the Kobalt pressure washer, I've got this super clean foaming dissolving grease super stuff, whatever. Anyway, it's good stuff. It seems to be good stuff. You can see without even spraying it how it's all turned muddy and ugly looking. And so I just hose this thing down. And we're going to try to clean this up as best we can in the car. It's going to make it a whole lot easier while working on it before we pull the engine, and it reduces the amount of time it's going to take me once the engine is out to clean it up and get everything done. Now before I pressure wash this thing, I am going to take some plastic and cover up that, and I'm going to cover this area here. It wouldn't surprise me if it doesn't want to start after I'm done, but let it sit out for half a day or an hour or two anyway to dry out, and then these usually fire back up. The points and condensers usually, they don't like getting wet, so that'll probably be where the problem lies. But I'll let this soak. I'm going to back this out, clog it off, top off all those ports and hide everything that's going to get water in it, and we'll be ready to test it out. All right, you can see how nasty this thing is. I mean, it is just covered in goo. I've got everything hooked up. I'm going to move the camera farther back, and we're going to blast this thing and see how well it works. Let's try it out. Well, that's a good sign. It works. It's hard to say if that's showing up or not, but like completely back down to the magnesium case here. The carburetor this side is spotless. That side, a little extra work still to be done, but all the gunk, you can see it just blasting off of it. So really happy with it. Let's go ahead and continue and see how clean we can get it. I also have to do underneath, which I won't film. That's great. That is something else right there. Hopefully y'all can see it. It's working great. There are different spray patterns you can adjust it to. There's 0, which is definitely a blast. Then we've got just regular wash, watering the garden. 40 degree. 25, which is what I did most of this with. 15, which is what I did the underside with. So there it is. I do have one complaint, however. Yeah, this is not made for left-handed people. The only release is on this side. It's made for righties. That's a minor gripe, but overall I'm very happy with the Kobalt 40V Max. It's 600 PSI. It looks pretty cool. The Beetle appreciates it. I'll get the camera up close and that'll wrap up this video. Pretty cool, man. Hope you stick around. I'll be letting this dry out and we'll pull it back in, and it is time to start tearing this thing out. Till next time, my friends. Take care.